Arrowhead, arrowhead, arrowhead,
Arrowhead? Arrowhead? Oh! Oh!
Look
Dude.
at that!
Oh my! In the shallow, murky water of this Alabama creek, 3 completely separate worlds have collided. Dinosaur-aged fossils, ice-age fossils, and even early human history. It's not every day you find a place like this in Alabama where you can find mastodon, shark's teeth, and even arrowheads in the same spot. But today we found all 3, and then some. So let's get into the creek and see what we can find. All right, so here is our first sift. This is what the material here looks like right off the bat. A little bit of a Stein kern right there. This was an internal mold of a snail's shell. Bunch of random bits of bone out here as well, which is pretty interesting. Is that another Stein kern? I'm gonna remove some of this bigger. Oh, there we go. First shark's tooth of the trip. It's only a partial. Broken, looks like a squally corax. So these would have been kind of like, think like the Cretaceous equivalent of a tiger shark, even though they weren't necessarily related. Their teeth look very, very similar. There's a section of straight-shelled ammonite, baculite, I believe. Yep, that's the internal structure of it as well. There's a, yep. Chase just pulled an Encotus, and then I just pulled one as well. This was a predatory fish from the Cretaceous, fairly common. A lot of people call these the saber-toothed herring, even though they really weren't related to herring. Not too bad. Judging from what Chase just said he found, I want to check this. Oh my goodness. That is a pretty one. That is a beautiful gar scale. You think that's Cretaceous?
It might be Ice Age. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. And then a piece of turtle shell, he says. Let me see that gar scale a little bit more in the sun. That might be... Get your fat fingers out of the way. That's a beautiful little scale.
Yeah, a lot of the ones I find out here almost don't look fossilized. Oh, there's a square nail.
Nice.
Those are
Fossilized.
old.
Fossilized square nail. Let's go.
Those are old, though, like,
Yeah.
unironically.
Huh. Cool. I'm about to get my sifting on.
I might keep it.
Yep.
I'm keeping the nail.
I'm about to see what I can get here. So on this next sift here, I've hardly even looked through it, and just that big piece in the middle. That's some sort of limb bone of something. Sorry, my sifter is trying to float away from me here. Definitely modern. It's not heavy like a fossil would be. Still interesting though. No telling what that's from. I'm not the greatest with mammal fossils. Ooh, that's looking good, Chase. Oh yeah. Little piece of turtle, I believe, or some sort of bone.
See, there's one of the live clams you get in here, or sorry, mussels.
Yeah.
Some of these could be endangered, so we immediately send him back.
Yep, send him back to where he came.
Alive.
Yes. More piece of straight-shelled ammonite there. There's a little tooth.
This is ivory.
That was a nice little partial Paranemotodon.
Oh yeah, they're common out here.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're about to get spoiled by
I love Paranemotodon. If y'all saw my Mississippi trip, oh yeah.
Ivory.
Ivory from either mammoth or mastodon right there. That is awesome. Heck yeah. But if y'all saw my Mississippi Cretaceous trip a little while back, you'll know that Paranemotodon is a species that I love finding. I found my first one a few months back. This is a partial right here, a little beautiful one. These are prehistoric threshers. And Chase just found a little goblin shark, Scapanorhynchus. Those were shallow water, big goblin sharks that used to fill in the same niche as modern day sand tiger sharks.
They really like being broke out here.
Yeah, they really like being broke, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially out here.
Hmm. Bad news for us fossil hunters.
Bad news bears.
There's another little tooth. Little broke boy.
Nice, but...
Yep, nice little squally corax Chase just found. I've noticed the preservation on the blades of those out here can be pretty nice.
Oh, they could be incredible.
There's a big section of ammonite right there. That's an interesting little piece.
Oh, that's cool. Probably Plasmatosaurus.
Huh.
I say as if I know. I don't.
Chase, a shark researcher, trying to ID ammonites. It did not go well. Try it, yeah. So I literally just turned my camera off. I had just finished going through this sift, and I saw one last little piece right there. You see all those lines going through it in the texture on it? Pretty sure that's Cylindrocanthus, which is really interesting. You find those mainly in the Eocene. A couple, tens of million years after what we're hunting right now. This is Cretaceous, so yeah, that's pretty interesting. These things survived that long. Cylindrocanthus, though, they're a very enigmatic species, or an enigmatic genus rather, of bony fish that had these really long rostrums. This is what you find in the fossils there, part of the snout basically. And oh, hold on, is that what I think it is? Tiny little piece of ivory right there, or tooth. Is that Mastodon, or I believe that's...
It's either a chunk of Mastodon or taper.
Mastodon or taper. I think that's Mastodon, boys. First large proboscidean of the channel is a Mastodon little tooth fragment, and another bone right there. Probably fish.
The internal mold of a spire of a gastropod.
Interesting. What'd you find, Chase?
It's just a goblin with feeding wear. It's pretty big.
Oh yeah.
For a lateral.
Lateral goblin shark tooth right there. That would have been on the sides of the mouth. And he says that's feeding wear on the tips where it bit into something hard and lost it.
It let it know.
It let it know. Whatever it was, yeah. Very nice. You can get some pretty big lateral goblins. I love that tooth position. Not long after my Mastodon find, Chase finds one as well. Oh, nice.
Big chunk.
Big chunk of one of the crowns.
Yeah, and a scap.
And a scap. Nice. Yeah, Mastodon teeth. I'll put a picture of what they look like on the screen. That's one of the, I guess, spires on the crown on the top of the tooth.
It'll work.
That'll work. I was about to show Chase something, but he just showed me this, which might potentially be from, yeah, either Globidens or Tychodus.
There are no Tychodus out here. This is way too late in the game.
So then I think that's Globidens, brother.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Globidens are rare. This is a type of mosasaur, by the way, guys. This is a type of mosasaur tooth called Globidens. Oh, nice squally corax right there, too. Beautiful. But Globidens was a shell-crushing mosasaur. Very cool. I've only ever found one before. In
nicer
Mississippi.
than that one, though.
Yeah, nicer than this. This is just a partial. But, yeah, you can tell the texture on it. That's Globidens. They have a very distinct texture to their teeth. That's really cool, dude. Here. Chase, take it.
It's a weird thing.
Thank you. And, yeah, I had just turned the camera on because I was going to show y'all this piece on the bottom here. That's a Encodus jaw section. So that fish tooth that I showed you earlier in the video, that's a section of jaw of one with a tooth still embedded in it right there. That's pretty cool. And then a little sharp tooth on the top.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Not bad, not bad. We'll keep it moving. Let's see what this is. That's part of a, oof, there we go. Part of an ice-aged horse tooth right there, I believe.
I've never found a whole one in here. People have.
Yep. Cool.
Nor have I found a whole taper tooth is like a white whale for me for some stupid reason.
Nice.
I found every partial known to mankind.
And right after that clip, Chase finds this. We think this is a section of giant ground sloth tooth based off of the texture.
I could be totally wrong.
He could be totally wrong.
I don't really ice age. A bunch of Florida people are going to be in my DMs.
Yep. But yeah, that's a little interesting piece of enamel right there from whatever it is, some big mammal. Cool. Here you go. I'm gonna throw it in the creek. Okay. No! For all of my invertebrate people, you may know what this is. That's called a hamulus. That's a worm tube. These Cretaceous worms would burrow into the ocean floor back then. Are you done? Pretty cool. Not too bad. I'm sure I'll find plenty more today. Let's see what else we got. More pieces of straight-shelled ammonite right there. You can see the sutures in that one pretty well.
Cool.
if you guys haven't noticed, most of these clips have been Chase, and it's kind of saddening me. Did you just pushed up the glasses really cringe like? Okay.
Oh, you're not the thinker.
He just found a really nice Encodus, he says. Let's see that. Ooh. Very nice Encodus. Encodus. There we go. Beautiful little tooth. Boop. Cool. Now, there's a redemption arc coming, Chase. I feel it in my innards.
When you pull a whole Mastodon.
A whole Mastodon. Or a whole Globidens.
Not even the tooth, just a whole Mastodon.
The entire Mastodon.
You go like this and the whole thing.
Fur and all.
Oh, God. Oh, what do I do?
There's a shard of Mosasaur enamel that Chase just found. I found something pretty cool too. This is a big section of nautiloid. So not ammonite. Think of like Nautilus of today. Big section of one of those from the Cretaceous. And also Chase has this thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like vertebrae, like that. But we're not sure. I'll have to send it to a guy who knows things.
George Phillips, a.k.a. Jorge Falape.
A.k.a. God.
You guys might have
sunlight.
seen him. Yeah.
He heard. That's
Yeah, no, you might have seen George in my Mississippi video recently at the Fossil Road Show. So he's very knowledgeable on fossils such as this. What is this?
That boy knows everything.
Yeah, there's a section of turtle bone. There's a big section of turtle bone right there. My goodness gracious.
A stinky winky Pteranodon.
Stinky winky Pteranodonticus.
Yes.
Nice, nice. That's the first time that ever has been said by a human being, by the way.
There it is, yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna set these chunkalodons right here. Bink, bink, and bink. And we're gonna keep going through this sift right hither. Okay. I'm propping it up with my foot here. Get rid of the big stuff first. Oh, I love getting dirt under my fingernail. Ah! It hurts.
Make
Okay.
a Roblox death.
Oh! There's another Hamulus tube. Yep. Told you I'd find more of those. What else we got?
What'll be, fellas?
What'll it be, fellas?
Or ketchup.
Mustard or ketchup. We are the most
Coastal, stemming in a
Yep.
creek.
There's another section of turtle right
Middle
there.
of nowhere, Alabama.
Yep. We are some interesting fellows. We are the most unprofessional paleontologists known to man.
Can you believe I published? And, and not just once. Lightning somehow struck a couple times.
Wow. That's a scary, scary thought.
It is.
What else?
The future of paleontology.
Yeah, this man here is the future of paleontology. You should be so scared. What?
I got water in my eye.
Got water in his eye. Oh,
Humulus.
what did I just see? Oh,
If we shout the name of the worm too, perhaps it will give us safety.
Humulus.
Humulus.
It's Hamulus.
I don't even know. They changed the name a long time ago.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
The beat stank Encodus, I believe. Yep. That would have been a chunky Encodus right there. Pretty decent.
What am I bringing up right now? Oh, what the hell? Ah! That is definitely modern.
Oh yeah,
That is definitely
the bovine jaw.
ah!
My goodness gracious.
Cow.
Cow.
I fear this cow moves no longer. I'm going to.
The great moo in the sky.
Yes, he is in the great cow farm in the sky. I'll put him there.
The great cow pasture above.
Yes. What's your name?
Fly high.
Jebba. Nope, not Jebediah.
Nope, not Jebediah.
Jebba.
What are you? That's interesting.
A great field of grass in the sky. Oh. That's modern. Definitely, I can feel the texture.
The texture.
Yes, the tur, if you will.
What are you? Nice little rodent jaw.
Did you find a rodent jaw?
I did find a rodent jaw.
Pretty cool.
Let me get a zoom on that. Little dude. Sort of either mouse or something. Might be Pleistocene. It's, I can't tell. I don't know. Either Pleistocene or modern. Either way, pretty cool. Fellas, the redemption arc is on its way, I say. Y'all see that? Right on top of this big rock? I haven't even, like, pulled the sifter out of the water. I think this... Oh, yep. That's a little mosasaur tooth. Pretty little fella. It's got a little bit of beat up on one side. But that's a nice little display piece right there. Beautiful little mosasaur tooth from the late Cretaceous over 75 million years ago. Specifically the late Campanian.
Don't pan to my legs.
I'm panning to your legs.
No, no,
I'm blind.
No.
I'm blind.
Why, God? Why?
That's a beautiful little find, though. A bunch of bone.
Turtle shell.
Whole bunch of bone in these
A
sifts.
giant turtle shell. Not a giant tortoise, but a giant turtle.
Yeah. Awesome little mosasaur find, though. Hopefully I'll find many more today. So in the same sift that I pulled that mosasaur tooth from, I found this little tooth. Some of you may recognize that. It's only a partial, missing the right side cusp, but that is a Cretalamina tooth. Earliest known ancestor to the Megalodon. I love the dentition of these things. They look so cool. A nice broad blade with the broad cusps on the side. Very cool. Hopefully we'll find many more.
Very good.
So if you're a long-time... voice crack. So if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you're probably wondering why every video I go through and re-explain all of the IDs of the stuff that we find. But it's just to show the new viewers and for you guys who have never seen the channel before what we're finding. And it's always about education for the channel and showing the people what beautiful stuff can be pulled from these Alabama creeks. So we're going to keep it moving. Fellas, look at the size of this shark tooth right here. Teeny little fella. Tiny. Surprised I even saw that, honestly. I set him next to this other one little guy I found right here. And then we're gonna sift it out. Hello. What are you? Yep, some sort of tooth enamel right there. And I just pulled this little guy off camera. Normally, I would say that's a scap, but looking at it a little bit closer, you can see on the side cusps and just the overall shape of the root. That's a sand tiger. So that is a Carcarius shark's tooth. Very cool. You don't hardly find those in the Cretaceous. And these are what slowly but surely drove the goblin sharks, the Scapanorhynchus, extinct. In theory, to fill in their niche. Very cool. Literally, while I'm going through this same sift, and I saw a tooth right there. Broken. But Chase goes, I found practically the same tooth. Same position, Carcarius samhammeri right there. That's really cool. Back to back.
Irony.
So we've been digging right here in betwixt these logs right here. Chase is right there. We've been dumping both of our spoil piles behind this log here. And I looked over here just like half a second. I saw an outline. See that? Is that what I think it is? It was a leaf! No!
He needs a Listerine! You need a Listerine!
Man, I think I do. At that point, I'm seeing shapes that aren't even there, dude. Listerine.
Fine!
Fellas, let's be the judge here. Chase says he found the nicest, smallest little squally. Ooh. Yeah? He is a nice one.
Clean.
Pretty little fella.
Clean like Listerine.
Ah.
Back to the video.
I understand that reference.
He gets it.
They
They don't yet. Well, or do they?
All right, Listerine aside, I see some teeth here. Got a little partial blade right there. Looks like a goblin. I see another one sticking up right here. Please be. No, another partial. unfortunate. What are you? Unknown.
The frog, just let them know.
Yeah, the frog in the background is, yep.
Letting them know.
Boo-boo stank blade right there. Unfortunate. Another piece of straight-shelled ammonite. Oh, and another one. Nice one right there. Very nice. Interesting little guy right here. I don't know what this is. Chase says it might be a deer.
Like a premaxillary tooth.
Yeah. Oh, there's a little fella on my finger, by the way. Oh. Hey there, dude. I'm gonna let him off. Get going. There he goes. Oh, he's taking off. Look at him go.
Wait. There you go.
Chase, are you okay? Are you actually okay mentally?
Never. I've never been okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know what that is, dude. That's an interesting little mammal tooth.
Double hit it. Anyway, huh?
Anyway, got more pieces of steinkern right here. Got a snail steinkern and ammonite right there. But Chase pulled a little bit of a curiosity. He's trying to eat it.
I think it is Ice Age. It's a claw.
It's like a cow
bison or something. I don't know.
Yeah, a horse. Why did I say horse? A hoof core of something. So cows and bison and stuff, in their actual hooves, they have the internal bone core of that hoof. This is what that is. I could put this as a thumbnail. I found a megalodon.
I pulled it up. I thought it was a ground sloth claw for a second. I would have, in fact, had to have left because I would have.
Okay.
I would have patoodled in my pantaloons.
There's an interesting little bone right here. You can see the texture on the top. This is what I saw in the sifter. And this is what I saw when I flipped it over. That's a soft-shell turtle right there. Pretty cool. You usually find hard-shelled turtles from the Cretaceous stuff. But that's a good little change of pace right there. And let me set it to the side. Oop. Let's see what else we can find in here. Let me knock this out. Ooh. All right. Do not fall. Stay. No, I said stay.
Can you believe that Dylan didn't film my soft shell turtle stuff and put it on the channel? Everybody,
well, I
want
was
me to take over.
No, you're
Comment
good.
hashtag
You're good.
cancel Dylan. Yes.
You're good.
Yep. Cancel.
I'll never give you the channel. What are you?
That's for the public to decide, Dylan.
Interesting.
We the people.
So much bone in this creek. It's actually insane. Unbelievable amounts. A little squally right there. Broken root, unfortunately, but pretty little fella either way. Not too bad of a little guy right there.
What is it?
Squally.
Oh, nice.
Right after I found that squally, I looked down. Oh, it's partial. Another Carcharius, Sam Hemorrhoid. Sand tiger. Those side cusps are really nice on these. I love those. Very cool. All right, got a new sift here. I already see something in it, but real quick, Chase just said he found something very interesting, and I want to see this.
I can't tell if the cusp is there or not.
Oh, I'm tripping over logs. Oh, wow.
Isn't it weird?
Pathological credolamina right there. So pathological teeth are deformed, basically. And yeah, you can see the bend in the blade there pretty weirdly.
And it's like the root lobe. That
Yeah, the
doesn't
root
look
lobe.
worn.
He's got a little... That's a strong hand right there.
Popeye!
Let me use my strong hand right there. Oh, dude, that's so cool.
That's funky.
That's a funky little dude. And right over here...
He's definitely whole.
Yeah, yeah. I see this right here. Oh, let me grab that with this hand. Oh, it's a little beat. It's a tiny bit beat on the side, but that's a nice and coatus. Man, let's see if we can find something else in here. I'm sure we can. I'm gonna set that little dude right there. And we just start going through little by little.
Lateral.
See another piece of tooth right here. Only a partial. Broken scap, broken goblin. Unfortunate. Yep, I'm noticing what Chase said earlier is true. The goblins here do not like to be whole.
I've only got a couple for one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Set him right there. I want a good whole mosasaur tooth. I know I found that nice little one earlier, which I will never complain about.
Except for now.
Except for now. Nah, I love him. Oh, that's a nice little Uncotus. Lateral, probably, I believe. Nice. Set him right there, and I just saw serrations under there. Please be whole. No! Broken squally. Ugh. I'm gonna sit down in the water here.
I always just sit like this.
Yes!
What?
A pseudocorax.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's gotta be a big one to not falling through the sifter.
I love me some pseudocorax, boys. Beautiful little teeth. They're very similar to squalicorax, except they don't, most of them don't have serrations.
Not from here, they don't.
Not from here, they don't. But over in Africa, pseudocorax heterocerratus had serrations. A tooth.
Hell of a... Try to wedge that in. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. Google it.
Google it. Yeah, Chase described that species of shark in the scientific literature recently. So that is a shark that he named.
By golly.
By Job. By golly, Job. We'll set him right there. Let's keep it going here.
How's it look?
What?
Pseudo.
The pseudo, not bad, not bad. Hello. Archaeolamna. Very nice.
Actually?
Looks like it.
Bring that here.
Yeah. Oh, and another. And is that an Uncotus? It might just be a broken scap.
I'll get out.
Oh. Section of mammoth
I think.
that Chase pulled. Yeah, he thinks it's mammoth. Uh-huh. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Check this out. Is this? I assume this is Archaeolamna. Based off the side cusp.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's really cool. That's
Very
really
nice.
rare. I only got one partial. It's better than my partial.
Very cool. Yeah, Archaeolamna, they were getting more common during the later Cretaceous. I know I made a video a while back of one that I found in Alabama from a much earlier deposit. It was quite rare. And so they're still pretty rare here, but they're getting more common as time went on throughout the oceans of the Cretaceous. So really cool stuff right there. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's a
Arrowhead.
arrowhead.
Oh, Lord.
Let's see it. Oh, language.
Am I allowed to curse?
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Look
Dude.
at that.
Oh my. That is beautiful.
That's
Hold on, let me get a zoom on that.
stunner.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. It's a little bird point.
That is beautiful. I had just pulled this.
Oh, that's a really big squally.
Yeah.
That's a solid one.
Dude, we're on it now. Look at
The
that.
Holy Trinity.
The holy.
Alright, that gets its own bag, I fear.
Yes, it does. I'm going to have to get a picture of that whenever we get back onto land. I'm not going to grab it over the water.
Yeah, neither. No.
Oh, that's beautiful, dude.
It will be going in a bag, in a bag.
The amount of Uncotus here, I'm noticing, is kind of insane. There's another tiny little skinny boy right there. And then I found two off camera just a second ago. Weren't really worth showing, to be honest. I'll set that on top of the pill bottle there. Do not slide off. Okay. Is that another pseudo? Yep. Another little pseudocorax. There's a train passing over, but I just found this right here. Oh my God.
Just like that.
And just like that, the train's gone. Boys, I just found something I've been wanting for so freaking long. That's a big Protospirena tooth. That is a bony fish from the Cretaceous. A little bit of tip ding on it.
That's okay.
That's fine. That is fine with me, brother. So these things were like big, think like Cretaceous swordfish, basically, that were like 10 times more gnarly. Their pectoral fins had like spikes on them. Their freaking rostrums had teeth coming out the bottom of them. I'll put a picture up on the screen. Dude, I can't get over that, bro.
That's a good one.
I found it as the train was going over, and I was like freaking out in the creek. I was like, oh, I can't film this because it's so loud. That.
Now I need a Zyphactinus.
Yes, now I need a Zyphactinus.
I've never found a Zyphactinus out of here. Hell, I'm not even sure I found a Zyphactinus.
That is beautiful right there. I cannot get over that. Got the next sift going right here. I'll get out of the light. See a big chunk of bone on the top here. Of course, you know, we're finding a lot of those out here today, but I saw this on the side. Is that deer or? I can't exactly tell. I'm not the greatest with mammals from the Pleistocene. Here you go, chasse. Deer tooth.
Deer.
Very nice. Ice-aged deer tooth. That's really cool. Pretty little feller. And in the same sift as the deer tooth, another Encotis. I've never seen a creek with such Encotis density as this one. It's pretty wild. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's like, whoa. Where are you?
Ooh, nice Cretalamna.
Oh, Cretalamna?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh. Oh my goodness.
Put the David clip.
Hold on. Yeah, I might put the David clip. Here, let me see
that.
that.
Homies love David Hop.
That is a few. I've never found a Cretalamna that good, I don't think.
They're in here. It's just.
Here you go. Got two more teeth right here. This is my tooth on the left. That little dinky Cretalamna, bit of a tip ding. He bit the stew out of something during the Cretaceous. And then right next to it is another Carcharias tooth that Chase pulled. Very, very nice preservation. Beautiful little tooth. And then over here, sitting next to my shovel, is another piece of either Mastodon or tapir enamel. A Mosasaur.
A little itty bitty guy.
Itty bitty guy?
Yeah.
Oh, here, take your...
Ah, we're doing it.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, tiny little Mosasaur tooth right there.
Cute little guy.
Yeah, not bad.
He bit something too.
He did indeed bite something. He's got a little bit of tip ding as well. Cool. We're just pulling whatever the heck from these sifts, dude. It's like, it's a gamble.
Clink lottery.
Clink, yeah. Somebody get this man to the casino.
Yes, please.
Now what you just witnessed is part 1 of a 2-part series of this fossil hunt. And trust me, the next video is full of more unpredictable finds and really rare, cool stuff. So I hope you guys will join me in the next episode. Let me know in the comments what your favorite find was from this episode, and we'll see if that can be outdone in part 2. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one.
All right, fellas, we have arrived at the site. Chase, before we get in the water, is seeing if we can catch any of the local inhabitants. I'll give you an update here shortly, if that happens.
Gulf long-ear sunfish.
Gulf long-ear sunfish. Oh, he's pretty.
Yeah, they are pretty.
Is he our good luck charm for today for fossils?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
That is the goal.
Yeah.
I will now photograph him. What? No, I'm just kidding.